Hello dear students, this is actually a continuation of the part 1 of this video. In the part 1 we were talking about HTML. We spoke about web authoring in general, where we started looking at some basic aspects, theory. Then we got into coding and all that. So I would advise you check out the part 1. In this part 2, we are going to look at answer June 2015 ICT paper 3. We are going to answer June 2015 ICT paper 3. This is it with me here. So we are going to answer this paper which is like an exercise to the part 1 of web authoring that we did. We are going to answer this. I believe it's going to help many students out there. And like I was saying, web authoring is very simple. You see, this 16 marks here is what you should grab. You shouldn't leave even one at all. You should grab all. And actually, this is not practical just for ICT. It's also practical. It helps it also helps computer science students, advanced level. I mean both ordinary level computer science and advanced level, and equally advanced level ICT. So don't say you won't share with your friend because he studies computer science O level. I think they equally have a hint on this. So this is actually an exercise following the part 1, because in the part 1 I explained many things about web authoring. We looked at practicals, we explained many things. It was kind of lecture. So this is a practical that has to do with, or an exercise that has to do with the part 1 of this video. So make sure you watch the part 1, but I believe this too is equally helpful. So we are looking at June 2015 ICT paper 3, and we are looking at task A, web authoring. For those who want to see, here is it. We have June 2015 paper 3, and so here we have been given code. It says in this task you will type the HTML code given below in a text editor to create a web page. After viewing the output, you will be expected to make modifications. So we will be asked to type this in a web page. We should type this HTML code in a text editor, to create a web page. After viewing the output, you'll be expected. So we're actually expected to type this. So let me cancel. Let me delete this. I think I should delete this. Delete this completely. And let me start afresh. So my text editor here is Notepad++. So my text editor here is Notepad+. So we are required to type this, so I can just minimize this. Let me see. I can just bring it this way. Okay, so let me reduce the size here. And so another tip too when answering practical is that you must actually be fast in typing. So if you are having difficulties typing, make sure you practice well before going to write practicals. center, and so when typing, make sure you're typing what you see and make sure it is correct, because if you type, at times during practicals students panic. Many students panic, so don't panic. Actually, if you've been practicing at home, there's no need to panic. Computer system, the computer system is made up of and so okay, as you can see, we are done typing. So typing very important, and typing well. So next, let me see. All right. So this is it. We just type in our text editor. Now let's go to our question. It says type the above HTML code without the line numbers. So these lines obviously have no problem. In your favorite editor and save it as computer system.txt in your candidate folder. Just typing and saving, you can see that's already 2 marks. Now remember, in the part 1 of this video I made mention that we have the .txt extension and we have the .html extension. Take note, in this case you are asked to save in a .txt extension, not .html. Okay. Alright, now I'm done typing. I think I should save. So I save, I press Ctrl S. Oh, I could still select save as. Then that same folder I used. Inside here I would want to create a new folder, and let me call this folder a candidate folder. Candidate folder. Okay, this is my candidate folder. Was I given a name to save? We can see computer system.txt. So I have computer system. Now save as type, I already have .txt, so I just leave it that way and I press save. Alright, the next question, state the name of text editor used. So in my case, what did I use? I used Notepad++, as you can see it written here. I used Notepad++. In your case, it could be Notepad. It depends on what you've used. Next, it says create an HTML file by saving the code typed above with the file name computer system.html. So the first time you saved it was with the extension .txt. Now you're saving with the extension .html. So take note. So I had already saved this as .txt. So rather than copying and pasting it in a new file, for those who want long procedure, you could still copy and paste in a new file and then you save as .html. I could still save this same document as .html directly from here by actually still clicking on file and selecting save as. I can see Notepad++ has an option here for save a copy as. You could still use that. Let me see, select save as. Now in this case I'm saving it as HTML, so I hit H on my keyboard and I look for hypertext, so hypertext markup language, and what's the name of the file? Computer system.html. So .html. I save, right? Now open the HTML output file created, see your candidate folder, and study the web page. So what do? I navigate to my candidate folder. This is it here. Always take note of where you save your document. Mine was in disk E, coding tutorials, and then candidate folder, and then this is the txt and this is the HTML extension. So I open. When I open, what do I see? I see this. This is the output of the code I wrote in here. Remember, in the part 1 of this video, we established the fact that anything you want to represent or put on the body of your web page has a tag. So you can see the P tag that we talked about earlier, the paragraph tag. You can see the center tag, the H1. Now probably some of you be discovering new tags. We have H2 responsible for heading. Now heading in HTML varies from H1 to H6 in an increasing order, meaning H6 is the greatest, H3, H5 is bigger than H2. Now you can see here the tag we have UL. UL is a tag that represents unordered list. Remember, when we talk about list, we have two types of list. We have ordered and unordered list. As the name implies, ordered list represents a list that you can easily figure out a particular item by simply mentioning its name. For example, an example of ordered list, we have alphabet, like a numerical list. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Item 1, item 2, item 3. We also have A, B, C, D, Roman 1, Roman 2, as you usually write them in your books. Now on ordered list, we have bullets, dots, dashes. So what happened here is that it was embedded. So an H2 has been put under the unordered list in such a way that before the list begins, they would have a heading, a paragraph before the actual list itself. Now this heading and this paragraph have actually taken the form of a list. As you can see here, though it has not been listed as an item, it has fallen under the list tag, as you can see here. Because if it had to be represented as a list, I made a mistake. If it had to be represented as a list, then it should have been listed under the as a list item, as you can see here. So in creating an unordered list, whenever you create a list item, whenever you put the unordered list tag, now the next is adding the list, the items. So let us look at the next instruction. Okay, after saving, it says open the HTML editor and study the web page. So you can realize only studying the web page is 1 mark. So as you can see, we have studied the web page. We have our title, info and comtech. We have computer system. We have the computer system is made up of hardware, software. Hardware components, we have this, the software. Did we miss out something here? Let's figure that out. The software. Okay, under this we had a paragraph. The software is made up of. Did we actually include that? Okay, yeah, we have that. Okay. So we have studied our web page. Next, it says modify line 6 so that the header is underlined. Write down the modified line below. Please take note, they did not say you should come and copy your entire HTML code here. It's just 2 marks. It says write down the modified line, just the line you have modified. So what are you modifying? Line 6 so that your header is underlined. So where is line 6? This is line 6 here, where we have computer system. Computer system. And so they are actually saying that you should add the underline tag so that this will be underlined. So what do? You move to where you have computer system and you add your U tag. You open and then you close U tag. Now this is the line of code that you are going to paste. This is the line that you are going to paste, not the entire code itself. This is what you're going to paste. So from H1 to closing H1. So when you add, let us save and refresh and see. And that is it. Computer system has been underlined, or is underlined. Next, and you can see just that simple exercise carries 2 marks. Next, it says add statements after line 23 to include the following information. This information. And so what is this information? So they are asking us to add this on our web page. Take note, our web page doesn't have this. So they are asking us to add this. So 1, you must actually try to reason out. It's very simple and carries 5 marks. Now, number 1, take note of the fact that this is an ordered list. This actually has a little heading, or let's call it, you can call it a paragraph, and then this, and we have an ordered list here, 1 2 3 4. So how can I achieve this? It says where should we add it? After add statements after line 23. So line 23 here is let me see, line 23 here, okay, is a line after software is made up of. So actually on my own text editor, this is where I'm going to add it. Good. So this is where I'm going to add it up. So let me actually see. I think I need to add up this can be a paragraph, right? Okay, so let's try that out. But there's something, it is in bold, don't forget. So what's the text? System software. System software. So I've added it in a paragraph, but don't forget it should be in bold. If you don't add this bold tag, it is not going to appear in bold. So I add a bold tag. I save. Let's refresh. Has it been achieved? Let's continue. Next, we have an ordered list. So it's made up of 1, 2, 3, 4. So let us set up an ordered list. Oh no, I just figured out that we skipped question E. Question E says modify lines 9 and 10 to bold characters. So what are they requesting for? Just to add a bold tag, and you can see very big remarks. So 9 and 10, let's check them out. We have hardware and software. So hardware and software, so these are them here. So I just add a bold tag, close the bold tag, and then here I add this. I just do the same thing. Okay, simple. You save. Now, well, some people might actually prefer adding a bold tag here once and for all, and then just closing it here. Still no problem. So let's refresh. Let's save. Sorry, Control S, and let's refresh our web page. And this is it. It's in bold. Now let's continue with the equation we were on. We are to set up an ordered list for this. So take note, after below line 23 we have the closing tag of an ordered list. So how do we handle this? Let's just write the necessary code we need. So we have ordered list. Let's close it at once so that we don't forget later on. Now we have list item. We have the first item, which is operating system. Let me close two at once. So we have operating system. The next we have language translator. Language translator. Next we have device driver and utility software. So we have device driver. Utility software. Okay, so I think we should refresh. Oh, is that all? We have something here too. We have application software. I think this we could use a paragraph. Let's check it out. And take note, it is in bold. Application, nope. Application software. But please take note, only application software is in bold. So we close our bold here and then we continue with the others. Spreadsheet, word processor, presentation, database. database. And so here we just need to close our paragraph tag. So let's actually check out if it was added successfully. Let's check if it meets the requirements to include the following information. Oh, there is a problem. I don't know if you figured that out. This list, the list is in bold. Meanwhile, on our question paper, it is not actually in bold. Have you figured out the problem? The problem is because, firstly, I did not close. I can see I did not close the bold and the paragraph tag. So always make sure you close your tags. I save and I refresh. Now, do you see? It's exactly as we see on our question paper. Exactly 5 marks. And the end, it says print the updated files .txt and a screenshot of the computer system.html, 2 marks. So there's a button on your keyboard called within the print screen or screen capture. You simply press that document. When you press that document, you paste it in an HTML in a Microsoft Word file. Now, this is my computer systems.txt. When I open my candidate folder, it's inside here and it has my code. So this is as proof. Oh, not really. Okay, yeah, this is because I actually saved as. Yes, this is the .txt. But then, for safety purposes, you could also present the code that you actually updated, because before asking us to save the .txt file, we did not actually update. And the next thing was to get a screenshot of this. So you just need to get a screenshot of this by pressing the button I told you about and then pasting it in a Microsoft Word document. I don't know if, let me actually show you. Let me do it now. But it's quite simple. I think you can do that. Once you press, you open a Microsoft Word document and you right click and paste. Okay guys, so that is it for June 2015 ICT paper 3. You grab all your 16 marks. Make sure you do exactly as it is written on the paper. Actually, I made an error in terms of not putting out the capital letters and everything, but for benefit of doubt, it's better you do so and get your marks unfailingly. It is very easy to acquire an A grade in ICT. And on this same paper, there are other questions. We have database, we have spreadsheet, and so I will not conclude without actually reminding somebody and asking you to tell somebody about the ICT pamphlet. Save someone from having F grade. And if you'd want me to assist practicals in your school, if you're a teacher or maybe a school administrator, you can get to me via this contact. Make sure you actually share this and save a student out there. share and save a student. As you can see here, it's written the content is very rich. And so we have digital copy on Kaolo Android app and printed copy, which is 3,500 francs. No matter the case, contact me, get to me. And as you can see, this pamphlet also has a website, and you can equally visit the website here to learn more. Thank you for watching. See you in the next videos.